Priti Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago.
Hare Krishna, Yashamati Priya Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Anita Ramya from Sharjah.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga, and all the glories to the assembled devotees. This is Manjari Leela Devidasi from Naperville. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Manjari Leela Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devidasi from College Station, Texas. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Shama Guri Devidasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Shama Gauri Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devidasi from Nalanda. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Bhagavati Vasudha Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. My humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Sundarangi Radha Devidasi from India. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Sundarangi Radha Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Mataji, for joining Bhakti Sangha conference call. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Is there anyone who would like to introduce on the call today? Okay, I welcome all of you once again. Thank you everyone for joining today's Bhakti Sangha conference call. Today we are really fortunate to have His Grace Sukumar Gaur Prabhuji to enlighten us on the topic of Srimad Bhagavatam, verse 8.3.31. Before I hand over the call to Prabhuji, I would like to hand over the call to Sundarangi Radha Mataji for the brief introduction on Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, over to you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. Today we are so fortunate to have His Grace Sukumar Gaur Prabhuji on our call today. Here is a brief introduction about Prabhuji. Sukumar Gaur Prabhuji was born in Maharashtra, India in 1980. He brought up in a social background where spirituality was often questioned. Later, he developed a natural taste for inquiry into the mysteries of God's creation. Prabhuji passed College of Engineering, Pune Mechanical Engineering in 2003. He came in touch with the devotees of International Society for Krishna Consciousness in 2003. He found all his questions answered in the books of Srila Prabhupada. As a student of MBA Finance, he studied Srila Prabhupada's books and became the sincere practitioner. He joined NCDEX, National Commodities and Derivatives Exchange, Mumbai, as assistant manager and worked for 3 years. Later, Prabhuji took on a 2-year brahmachari training course in Sri Sri Radha Gopinath Temple, Mumbai, and was initiated into the Brahma Madhava Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya by His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj in 2010. Prabhuji was in the youth preaching department and was in the seva of guiding the youth. He always wanted to share his joy of Krishna consciousness with the youth. So he gave up his job and decided to help the misguided youth by helping them understand the message of Bhagavad Gita. Prabhuji joined ISKCON Chowpatty as a resident in 2009. Later, he was posted to ISKCON Nasik temple. He is serving as a youth counselor in various colleges of Nasik. He conducts seminars on personality development topics in educational and corporate sectors. Thank you so much, Mataji, for giving me the opportunity to read the introduction. Here was the introduction, Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for that brief introduction on Prabhuji. Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you, Prabhuji, for giving your time and association in this Bhakti Sangha conference call. We are really fortunate to hear from you on this topic of Srimad Bhagavatam. This verse is 8.3.31, Prabhu. And Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Am I audible, Mataji? Can you hear me?
Yes, Prabhu.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. So we will start with our Mangala Charan prayers. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Shri Chaitanya Manovishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yutapadakamalan Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Deva Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakanitam He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesh Gopika Kanta Radha Kantaram Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhavu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Vacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrind Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Hare Krishna. So we are reading from Srimad Bhagavat, Canto 8, Chapter 3, Text 31. Tam tavadartam upalabhya jagan nivasa Shrutram nishammid vijay sahasam stuvadibhi Chandomayena garudena smuyamanas Chakrayudo abhyagamad asuyato gajendra. Translation and forward by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. After understanding the awkward condition of Gajendra, who had offered his prayers, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Hari, who lives everywhere, appeared with the demigods, who were offering prayers to him. Carrying his disc and other weapons, he appeared there on the back of his carrier, Garuda, with great speed according to his desire. Thus he appeared before Gajendra. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur specifically hints that since Gajendra was in such a difficult position and was praying for the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who could have immediately gone to his rescue, hesitated to go there. Since they considered Gajendra's prayers to be directed towards the Lord, they felt offended, and this in itself was offensive. Consequently, when the Lord went there, they also went and offered prayers to the Lord so that their offense might be excused. Hare Krishna. So we welcome all the devotees for this morning Srimad Bhagavatam class. So grateful to all of you for allowing to make a presentation on Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 3, Text number 31. A very beautiful shloka and very, very important in life of each and every sadhaka, because sadhaka's life is always filled with turmoil, with difficulties, and he has to navigate his life through all those difficulties, and then ultimately reach the final destination of the eternal abode of the Supreme Lord. So here we see Gajendra in a very difficult position, and now that the Lord has arrived, has given him a lot of relief. So in this purport, Srila Prabhupada is covering two important points. First is the difficult situation of Gajendra, and second is the mindset of the Devatas. So we will also take these 2 points and elaborate in reference to what Srila Prabhupada has given here. Srila Prabhupada is comparing mindset of three people here. First is Gajendra, the Devatas, and the Supreme Lord Hari. So here we see that Gajendra is in a life-threatening situation. He may die if the Lord doesn't arrive there. So that's the condition of Gajendra. Then we see the Devatas who are appointed by the Lord as the protector of the pious people and the devotees as well. And we see their mindset, which is absolutely, in negative words, we would call it as pathetic. It's very disturbing when we hear the Karma Sachiva. Karma Sachiva is the demigods in 11th canto, Uddhav Gita. Krishna calls them as Karma Sachiv. Karma Sachiv means they are there to protect you and give the reward of your karma. So here we see the mindset of the Devatas is absolutely disturbing to all those who are very happy in worshipping the Devatas. And third is the Supreme Lord Shri Hari, who is the ultimate protector of his devotees. Not only devotees, anybody and everybody who comes to him, he protects. So let's analyze these two things which Prabhupada has highlighted in his report. Now, we all know that this is the world of transactions. Transactions mean you do good karma, you get good results. You do bad karma, you get bad results. So here in this world of transactions, here we see Gajendra is placed in a very difficult situation. Tam Artam. Artha is distress. And we see Gajendra in not only distressing situation, but he is in a life-threatening situation, super painful situation of being constantly bitten by a crocodile. Absolutely unfavorable situation, and that too not for a short period of time. It's for a very long period of time that has been passed. So in such long times, he has already lost his physical and mental strength. So he is absolutely out of stock of any hope or any positivity to be seen in the situation. And it's a very, very natural response that anyone could have given. He naturally becomes depressed. He loses all his hope that nothing can be done and he's gone. He feels that absolutely everything is lost now. And Srila Prabhupada translates this as Artam, very depressed due to being attacked by a crocodile. This is what Srila Prabhupada mentions here in this purport. So usually we see that when there is a life-threatening situation, what we have practiced for our whole life, we will take shelter of that same thing. This is but a default setting of the mind that happens. So whole life from whom we have thought will help us, and all the people, all the things that we have invested our time, energy, resources. So all these things will be put to test, and that too before our eyes. This is for sure. All these things whom we depend, whom we rely, will be put to test before our eyes. We have to test that. The material nature, you may say it is cruel. Okay, sir, it is cruel. But it wants you to understand one point, that whom have you dedicated your life to? Will those people be able to help you? And it's not that all of a sudden it is happening. It will be happening over a period of time. It's gradually seen, because every crisis we have to test people, we have to test things, we have to test situations. But the point is, we are so attached, we are so attracted, we are so much into experiencing the association of these people, the things, the situations, that we try and deny the negative side of those people or those things or those situations. We absolutely deny, because we feel that yes, they will help me, or we feel that I am attached to them, that means they will help me. And when they are put to test, the results of our own investment are seen, and that gives so much of pain. And that exactly is happening here with Gajendra as well. Whole life, Gajendra invested in his family. He protected them. He gave them enjoyment. He did everything physically, mentally, emotional possible to take care of them. Not only his family, but all those who are dependent, his ministers, his followers, everybody he did. But when he was in crisis, it was time to seek the return on investment, and he was desperately seeking those returns. And to his utter surprise, the return on his investment was absolutely not zero, it was negative. It was absolutely negative. So, is this happening only with Gajendra? No, it will happen with anybody and everybody who is here, who has taken a human form on this planet. So Srimad Bhagavatam is not only filled with one story of Gajendra, but anywhere and everywhere you will find examples where people have invested in the wrong places, in the wrong people, in the wrong situations, or in the wrong things. Mata Draupadi, Canto first. She had 5 powerful husbands. But when she was disrobed before her 5 powerful husbands, none of them came to rescue, or none of them could come to her rescue. They wanted to help, but they couldn't help. Why? Because they had their own thought process. They had their own thinking. Yudhishthir Maharaj had his own thinking. He could have gone beyond and helped his wife. But he said, no, I am bound by the laws, and hence I won't be able to help. Draupadi had to face. She had to see. She had to see the return on investment was not zero, but it was below zero. It was negative. Nobody came. No Bhishma, no Drona, nobody came to her. Bali Maharaj, Canto 8, king of the 3 worlds. But when he was arrested, what happened? Who came to his rescue? His guru left him. Not only left him, his guru cursed him. His wife chastised him. His followers, they left him. And not only happily they left him, or without saying, they said many things which gave him a lot of pain, and then they left him. Nobody was on his side. He invested in all those people whom he thought would be help to me in my time of crisis. So whole life we have to keep checking on where we are investing. Whether you are Draupadi who has 5 great husbands, or who is the queen of Hastinapur, or you may be Bali who is the emperor of the 3 worlds, we will have to go through the test of finding out where we have invested in our whole life. And then we see Gajendra also. So many examples. Now let's take these 3 examples: Bali, Draupadi, and Gajendra. All 3 are powerful in their own ways. Bali, emperor of the 3 worlds. Draupadi came from birth from Yajna. 5 husbands. Krishna as her best friend. Everything best. Gajendra is the king of Trikuta. He is ruling the Trikuta Parvat. So many followers. When he is walking, the earth trembles. When he comes, the lion, they cry out ferociously and run away. Nobody stands before him just by when they are able to when the fragrance of Gajendra hits their nose, they are unable to understand Gajendra has come, and everybody leaves. And these 3 people have 3 different things in which they have invested. Bali invested in truth. Okay. Draupadi invested in her chastity. And where did Gajendra invest? In his honor. Bali said, I'll not speak a lie. When I've given word to Lord Vaman, I'll fulfill it. For him, truth was the thing that he invested in his life. He said, at no cost my word should go fake or false. Draupadi, when she was being disrobed, she said, nothing, my chastity, my purity is the thing. I have to protect it at any given point of time, at any given cost. He was disrobed. Bali, who preferred truth, was made false. He couldn't. In one point of time, he couldn't give anything to the Lord, so he had to give his own head. He invested in truth, didn't come to his rescue. Chastity didn't come to her rescue. Honor for Gajendra, he was such an honorable person. He was the king. There was no situation which Gajendra couldn't handle. But look at that same Gajendra. He is in such a humiliating position, in such a position that he himself is crying for protection. Gajendra's story and Mother Draupadi's story, there is quite some similarity. Both of them are dishonored in public. Absolutely. Before everybody, everybody is seeing the Mother Draupadi is being stripped of her chastity, and here is being stripped of all his powers. Both of them tried for protection. Both of them used their personal strength. Mother Draupadi using her hands to protect her chastity, and here Gajendra is using all his physical and mental power to fight the crocodile. What happened? Both failed. Not failed, badly failed. Miserably failed. Gajendra, who used his entire strength to protect all his people, and now he's praying to them. And what return is he getting? Nobody is even moving into the waters. The point is very clear. What we feel is our strength is not at all our strength. It's all fake. It will end up in hopeless state, and the person will become depressed. That's for sure. It's a guarantee given by this material Prakriti. She gives this guarantee. She gives this guarantee that I'll give this gift in return to the Jiva for all the hard work that he will do in his entire life. She will make sure that we become depressed. That's the role that is given to her. Make this entity so frustrated, so depressed. Rip him apart from his every single strength, from every single quality that he has, which he thinks is the power he has achieved in this life. Overconfidence in our personal strength is a grand mistake. Take Arjuna, Canto first. That same Arjuna who fought the battlefield of Kurukshetra, who won the war of Kurukshetra, when the coward boys came, was he able to protect the queens of Dwarka? He told the queens of Dwarka, I'll protect you. Come, I'll take you to a safe place. And he himself landed up in a miserable state. Some coward boys from here and there paid him so badly, took away all the queens of Dwarka. And what is Arjuna doing? Nothing. What he thought was his personal strength was not his personal strength. It was given to him to utilize for some time. Overconfidence in our personal strength is a grand mistake we do every now and then. So crisis is a part of this material world, and what we think is our personal strength is not our personal strength. It is given to us for some time, and if we are investing in that, misery is guaranteed. Becoming depressed is guaranteed. And those who don't understand, for them, it's a natural response. Why? For those who don't understand, even those who understand, at times, 99% of the time, depression is a general response. Why? Because when painful situations stay for a long time, we start losing patience. When will this go? When will this go? When will this go? Because we start feeling that life is becoming very uncertain. How long will this go? My mind needs to feel comfortable. It will go after 1 year, 2 years, 6 months, 8 months. I want that. My mind needs something to hold on. Okay, it will go after some time. Till then, the mind won't feel peaceful. That's how the mind works. And we have trained ourselves. Okay, take crocin when it's fever, and next day the fever goes away. It may come back again. You take the crocin for 3 days, and the fever will go away till the next time it comes. So I have a certain understanding. 3 days is what it takes to recover from fever. So I have that tangible amount of number in my mind. But life, when it throws certain events, It doesn't come with a tag that it will go after 6 months, year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, or maybe a lifetime. For me to stay happy, I need certain certainty. For me to be sane here, I need something predictable. Because when it becomes uncertain, I start losing all my qualities, my patience, my this, my everything. It will start breaking. Because for me to stay peaceful here, I need certainty. But look at our life, when everything is going smooth, when everything is going certain, how casually we take our routine life. How casually we take our routine life. From waking up in the morning to sleeping, all activities are happening in their specified time, in the specified way, and we will, oh, life is going good. Or sometimes we complain, this is not happening, that is not happening. She said this to me, he said that to me. It's only in crisis where we are able to appreciate the routine. How many times do we thank Krishna? Oh, my life is still in a routine, Krishna. I can handle things that are still handleable. Oh, it's a routine. Thank you, Krishna. When the routine is disturbed in the crisis, the simple things that we were doing previously with such great ease are now becoming difficult. Then we come to understanding, oh, life previously was so much better. Routine. For the routine that we sometimes despise, saying, oh, my day was bad. When that routine is disturbed for a long time, we will come to understanding, oh, that routine was good. It gave me safety. It made me feel safe. It made me feel secure. It kept my mind sane. It's only in painful situation we come to this understanding. Because in pain, we start seeking relief. And we seek relief through so many ways. For example, if it's a diseased state of mind, we use medicines to reduce the pain and recover the body. So taking medicine is an external help and we do it. But how many times when the pain enters the mind or the emotional state, how many times do we think that, oh, I need some help, some external help? We say, no, no, I'll do it, I'll handle it. And things go so bad. Medicine is required. It just helps and we are back to normal. But now when we take this external help, at times it may be helpful or it may not be helpful. Crocin may work or crocin may not. Medicine may work or it may not. But what we have attached is, now I have taken this medicine, so it has to work. Who said it has to work? We have, we are having a certain preconceived notion about everything. And that is what Krishna wants to break every time. He loves breaking that. We think I have taken medicines means it has to work. I operated on my arm, on my foot, on here, on there, and now it has to work. Why? It won't. It may or it may not. Success of a medicine is not as per what we think that the disease has to vanish. That's a partial understanding. At times, the success of a medicine is helping us to keep the disease on hold, to stop it from growing. That even is the success of medicine. Medicine doesn't mean that the disease has to go. At times, the disease is so high, on such a high grade, that just holding on the disease and not allowing it to spread is also a success of the medicine. And in crisis, we should take medicine of help, of counseling, of something that we may need. It's okay. Here, Gajendra is depressed. Parikshit Maharaj, Canto 1, he is depressed. Arjuna, Canto 1, Chapter 8, 9, 10, he is depressed. Draupadi, when she is disrobed, she is depressed. Depression is okay. Long term, if it is happening, that's the problem. That's the problem. And that happens because we are not taking proper help. Time and again, we need help. We need to share. We need to speak out. We need to open up. And at times when we take these measures, we get relief fully or partially. And we have to stop things from getting worse. That is why we need to take help. But what happens is there will be some times that we consider are not good at all, but that can be even more helpful. We think that this situation it will go, I'll be happy. This it will go, this, and then I'll be happy. But it doesn't work on what you and me thinks is right. We all know poison is dangerous, it kills the body. But we forgot this one thing, that even in poison, when it is taken in the right proportion, it is used as a medicine to treat deadly diseases. And there is huge amount of research on YouTube, you can see it. Currently, poison is used to treat various diseases. Diabetes, snake poison is used to treat diabetes. But what we have understood, poison is bad. It can kill the body. But at certain point of time, when the disease grow out of hand, even this poison can act as medicine. Situations will come in life. We have to take the required actions. But what situations will come, how they will come, when they will come, what amount they will come, how long they will stay, it's not in our hand. And why Krishna throws certain events? Because the real disease is not the disease of the body. It's the disease of the ego. I am great. Nothing can happen without me. The society is dependent on me. The community is dependent on me. My family is dependent on me. At that time, Krishna will bring in poison. Such bad situation. Here, Gajendra, absolute deadly poison is thrown in his life. He thinks this is over, this is bad, I'm in such suffering. Yes, he is suffering. He is suffering mentally, emotionally, all levels he's suffering, physically. But what's the point? I am king of Trikut. Everybody is dependent on me. I have to help everybody. Without me, nothing can work. This disease of ego will only and only go when there are certain situations which are beyond our control. So Krishna has to throw in that poison, but that poison will cure our real disease, that is the disease of the ego. This is what we have to understand. The real disease is not of the body and mind, it is the ego, the false ego, that I am the controller, I am the proprietor, I am the friend to all. These three things, Prabhupada mentioned this in 2.66. This is the real disease that we all have to deal with. What will happen when I'll not be there? Who will take care of my family? Your family survives anyways. Point is, how will you survive? Because you have become a dependent on your family. Experiences go very deep. At times, all the good experiences that we have had in our lives with our family members, I am not criticizing, but they go so deep that you start feeling what will happen if I don't have them. They become so dependent. I'm not saying being dependent is bad, but having that dependency to the point where you're not able to leave this material world is a serious crisis. Is a serious crisis. It took me to come to a point where when I lost my mother, I started feeling, now who is there for me? Because I really love my mother. For me, she was like everything. Because whole childhood, for only from first to fourth standard, I was a boarder. I didn't stay with them. So whole life I had that hurt feeling that I couldn't stay with my family. I couldn't be with my mother. After that they got me back when I told them that I can't handle this. So after fifth standard they got me back, and after 12th I again left, never to come back home. But when she left, I understood, oh, I left home 15-20 years ago, but I'm still attached to my mother. I used to feel how nicely she cared for me, how nicely she did this for me, how nicely she did that for me. She took such nice care of me. When she had dementia and she used to visit temple, I used to feel okay, at least she's there. Good times often create a deep attachment here, and it becomes absolutely painful to give them up. This difficult situations are that poison which is helpful to remove all this. It's a need. It's not that Krishna is happy giving it, but it's a need for us to come to an understanding that nobody will be able to help me other than Krishna. Please understand this. So Krishna will bring situations as per the disease we carry. He may give us a simple situation which will fully cure the in one go. He may keep us in a situation where the medicine is sufficient enough to hold it because the disease has grown too far. It may take time. Or he may directly use poison. We may feel it is bad, but that's what may be required to cure the disease. And that is what is done in case of Gajendra. Krishna has directly used poison. Whole life is going smooth, and all of a sudden, such huge quantity of poison is thrown because that ego is so strong that everybody needs me. Without me, nothing can happen. Externally, it's bad, it's very painful, but that's what was required to cure him completely. So, pain is not bad, pain is an indicator, it has its own importance. While cooking, if you are cooking and if the gas flame hits your hand and it burns, if you don't feel the pain, it's abnormal. Because if you don't feel the pain, you will burn the entire hand, not the hand. The entire body may be burned and you will feel it's okay, but it will be charred. Pain is an indicator to tell that the situation is not normal, it's something abnormal. Do something, decide the course of action that has to be taken. So pain is the time to halt, is the time to slow down. We do the exact opposite. When we don't find things going our way, we increase the pace of action because we want to forget the pain. Pain is not meant to be forgotten. It is meant to be dealt with properly because it is an indicator. We have used so many analgesics, so many paracetamols we eat during the time when it is painful just to avoid. We take mobile and start watching something. We start doing something. We start involving ourselves in so many different activities just to forget the pain, sir. It is an indicator. It is telling you reflect on what has gone wrong. It's time to take the necessary corrections. Maybe we had a very wrong routine which has spoiled the health, the wrong habit that we have cultivated that has brought us to this condition, the wrong mindset that has given rise to this difficult family situations where we are not going to get along with anybody. That breaking point is time to halt, slow down, slow down. Why slow down? Because we are here to develop various qualities which are required to develop our connection with the Supreme Lord, but it directly doesn't go there. We have to do it with the people who belong to the Supreme Lord. Your Our family members belong to Krishna. Our community members belong to Krishna. Things that we get belong to Krishna. When will we develop those qualities? This situation will help us understand what is required to develop relation with Krishna. But rather than doing all this, what we do is just play the blame game. He did this, she did this, he said this, she said this. Otherwise, it was so normal, it was so happy. No, it doesn't happen like that. It's now time to come in reality, come in terms with the reality of the place, the people with whom we are living, with whom we are connected. And that is the time when we can really feel the presence of Krishna because we don't feel any hope there. We don't feel any hope in not in Krishna, but in our own strength. Gajendra was made helpless to tell him that your personal strength will not help you. And that is where Gajendra is praying. And those intense emotions of his previous life that he had developed for Krishna is coming out. And that is what Krishna nourishes. So it is, see, our prayers nourish not only us, also nourish Krishna, because when Krishna feels nourished, he comes. Read chapter 3. When you do yajna, the devatas are nourished. And when they are nourished, they give us something that we desire. They feel nourished. So when we pray, Krishna feels nourished. He likes. Oh, he's praying to me, he's calling to me. He's constantly on watch. Oh, he's there, he's there, he's there. He's coming to me, coming to me. One time, one poor person, he was hungry from 2, 3 days. So he sees a huge mansion. He goes there and he asks the security that, is the landlord and his wife there? He says, yes, but they are busy in some work. So he's now thinking how to attract their attention. So this poor person, he has a very good voice. So he starts singing some bhajans and he sings in a very deep voice. And the landlord and his wife were busy working with something. They hear his voice. And the lady, the landlord, she comes out and says, there is a poor man singing at the door, at the gate. And he's singing in such deep voice. So immediately she sees his condition and she understands that he's hungry. So she takes a golden plate because she's rich, filthy rich, filled with all varieties, different chappan bhog she's filled, and she's halfway through. And this man at the door is singing, 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 and she is holding the plate and going nowhere. Now the landlord sees that his wife has taken a full plate of meal and she's standing in between, halfway through. So he says he is hungry, he's singing, trying to attract your attention, and you're holding the plate. Do something, go, run, rush. Now this landlady, this wife of the landlord, she says, very nice. She says, see, he's singing so nicely. It is nourishing me so much. I feel so connected. If I give him the plate now, he'll stop singing and he'll go away. I want to hear him for some time. That's what happens. When we are praying something for a long time and it's not coming, that means give time for Krishna because he is also feeling nourished. When we pray, he also is getting nourished. He's already holding what you want in his hands, but he's halfway through. And that halfway through, we can make it faster by increasing the intensity or taking shelter of some pure devotees like our Guru Maharaj or the previous Acharya. And he comes even faster. In 10th canto, this Chirharan Lila, when the Gopikas last day, they knew that it's the last day and we want to see Krishna face to face. We want to interact with Krishna face to face. What did they do? Whole month they struggled so hard. Eating only little khichdi, that too once a time, and continuously chanting mantras that they were offering to the Devi Katyayani. They said, today is the last day and we have to make sure that our whole month effort becomes successful. What did they do then? One day before, all these gopis, now these are the Nitya Siddha gopis, sorry, Sadhana Siddha gopis. So this Sadhana Siddha gopis, because they want to meet Krishna at the earliest, whose help do they take? They take help of Radharani. They go to Radharani and tell, tomorrow you please come because tomorrow is the final day and we know that if you come, Krishna will surely come and accept us. They called Radharani. Radharani was there. That's what all we can do. We have to take help. We have to find time to correct our practices. Every time saying that when it will go, when it will go, when it will go, what will you do even if it goes away? When I was sick, when I joined, I became so sick, and it went on for years. So I went to our temple president and I told him, I'm feeling very uneasy now because it's been years now. I'm struggling with this health issue. He said me very nice thing. He told me, see, assume that this has already gone. What you will do after this has gone, you start doing it now. For me, it didn't make any sense at that time. When I got completely cured, I understood what he said was absolutely right. because that was the time for me to reflect how I want to go ahead in my spiritual life. What are the things that I want to add or to subtract from my lifestyle, from my habit. So that dose of poison was for me to get me ready to the next phase of my life, where I would be requiring all those things. But does the mind allow, no, let everything be normal, then I'll start doing it? But it doesn't happen that way. I need that time where I can't do anything but only focus on my own self. And that's the time when mind easily loses hope. So the second point that is covered here, are we alone in the crisis? No. Upalabhya. What is the word used in the shloka? Upalabhya. The Lord understands everything that what we are going through. Upalabhya. Jagannivasa. How he understands? Because he exists everywhere. Who is the person who is the most closest? It's the supreme, the super soul. He's the closest. And he's so close, he's so close, he's so close that we easily miss him. Anything, any person to whom you are so close, we easily miss him out most of the time. Considering that he is there, where will he go? Same thing we make in relationships. But have we ever considered the person who is so close? Is he affected by my actions? Chapter 18, Gita chapter 18, Krishna says this very clearly. What kind of 17th or 18th, I exactly don't remember. 17th or 18th chapter where tapasya is given. Krishna tells what kind of tapasya will please him and what kind of tapasya displeases him or not displease him, it hurts him. How many times have we looked at our own schedule, the late nights that we do, the extra endeavor that we put to earn money or to do something or to achieve what I feel is very important to satisfy my ego and to tell the world that I'm so great? Have you ever thought that how much the Paramatma is displeased? Not because, of course, the action, but it is displeasing even at the bodily level. Karshayanti, the word that is used by Krishna. There is karshan of the dhatus in the material body. That extra endeavor destroys the body. That is why 11th canto, when Krishna will speak of Bhakti Yoga is one who is a balanced person. Not too much of endeavor, not too less of endeavor. Only that much that the body and mind can bear. Krishna is very much aware of the pain because he is there inside. Whatever we feel, what we think, everything is understood by the Lord. Shrotram Nishammi, he is hearing. Whatever prayers Gajendra was singing, he was hearing. Now, how did the Lord act when he saw Gajendra in this distress condition? Chandomayana, he acted at the speed of desire. That means at the speed of mind. Garudena Samuyamana, he sat on Garuda and he just left the place. Told Garuda, run, rush. And is it that the Lord will rush all the time? No. That speed varies. How much eagerly we want the Lord, it is our call. When the lift breaks in between, we don't hit the emergency button once. Continuously we are pressing so that sometimes somebody will hear. It's a constant call. How many times we call the Lord? We don't call. So he thinks that he is happy. Let him be happy. When he'll need me, I'll come. I'm ready anytime. So here Gajendra is hitting the alarm every time. Every moment is hitting the bell. 32 shlokas. Continuously 32 times he rang the bell. Why won't the Lord come? Ashu, Abhyagat. He ran as quickly as he could. Abhyagat, the Lord arrived there on the spot. How many times do we hit the alarm button so hard that the Lord feels like I should go? For saving the Garbha of Uttara, Pandavas did hit the alarm. So Krishna was personal, but they hit the alarm. Uttara hit the alarm. Pandavas hit the alarm. Krishna, while entering the womb of Uttara, he is carrying his. Now, what will he do with the weapons inside? Who is there as the enemy? He said, no, who knows? Anybody can enter the womb of Uttara and try to destroy. But I will enter with my Astra. He entered gopis in the Ras Leela. When Krishna left, what did they do? Such intense call every moment from the time Krishna, such intense call. As soon as they started crying, first drop of tear, and Krishna was there before them. So it's not that Krishna answers every call. Sometimes the child crying mother gives toffee and things are done. Most of the time, Krishna sends only toffees to us. He won't personally come because he feels that he needs toffee. He doesn't need me. Gajendra is in such serious crisis. He understands that if I don't call Krishna now, death is sure. So make sure in our life that we always call only Krishna and nobody else. Because the second point that Prabhupada covers here is that Gajendra might have done this mistake. Means he didn't do, but there was a way that he could have done, but he avoided that mistake. But Prabhupada is saying that those who are doing this mistake of calling the Devatas, they have to be very, very alert. Because Prabhupada is bringing out the mindset of the Devatas so badly, so clearly, that if you read it properly, we will never ever take shelter of Devatas at no given point of time. At this point of time, how merciless the Devatas can be, how rude they can be, you see. In this situation where Gajendra is about to die, they are so merciless, they are so hard-hearted that instead of considering to help Gajendra, who is about to die, they are concerned not of Gajendra, but they are concerned about the respect that Gajendra didn't give them. They are feeling bad, he belittled us. He is glorifying the Supreme Lord, but he is not glorifying us. Now, what a person can think when somebody is dying is how hard-hearted they can be. They are thinking of that Gajendra didn't respect us, you see. He should have respected. He is saying what? In the same prayers, 22nd prayer, he is calling Devatas as what? Expansions of the Lord. Falgavya. The word is what? The word in itself is very harsh. Falgu means fake or less important. Falgavya. Yeah, is multiples. The demigods are less important. Kalaya. They are parts of the Supreme Lord. Krita, created by the Supreme Lord. Yatha, example he gives. Archishi Agne. Just like sparks, they come out from fire. Fire is huge. Sparks are very small. So these demigods are like sparks. Savitu Gavatseya. Just like the sun is very huge. Savitu means sun. And Gavatseya means the shining particle. And these are shining particles. Supreme Lord is great. And rather than considering that they are considered to be part of the Supreme Lord, they are feeling sad. Swaruchishu. They are feeling bad that he is calling them as part and parcel. Swaruchishu. So look at the mindset of Devata. So cruel, so cruel. Exposed. Prabhupada exposes demigod badly. Prabhupada is saying they are not absolutely concerned with any jiva. Whether you are happy or you are distressed, it's not their concern. They are only concerned with what they will get. Will they get name, fame, honor, glorification? If yes, then we are coming. Otherwise, we are of no good use. They are behind things. Not things actually, because they are better things. They are happy when they feel that the jiva is helplessly calling, helplessly demanding. Oh, Indra, give rain. Oh, Agni, do this. Oh, do that. Example, see at the Vrajvasi. 1 year they didn't do Indra Puja. For so many years they worshipped him so loyally. 1 year only they stopped. Feeling so bad. He says, I am the king of rains. I give rains, and then this Vrajvasi survives. Then the grass is grown, and then the cows are fed. And with that milk, when they sell in Mathura market, they get money. I'll stop this. One time you are not worshipped, sir, you are feeling so bad. Because why now? He is addicted for years. He has received this glorification. He has seen that how helplessly they worship him. And after he is pleased, then when he feels, he gives rain. And in that giving, he feels pleasure. Read ninth canto. So many examples. All Devi Devatas are exposed. Soma Devata. He was so qualified. He is really qualified. And seeing him so qualified, Brahmaji makes him in charge of all the Brahmanas. He is the chief Brahmana. But he feels that I am so important that all Brahmanas should follow me. And his guru is also Brahmana. He forgets this. He feels that my position is so great that my guru also has to follow me. So he takes away his own guru's wife, thinking that she belongs to me because now I am the king of all the Brahmanas. Sir, you being the king of Brahmana doesn't mean that other Brahmanas' wife become your wife. Canto 9, chapter 10. Read. Varun Dev not ready to give way to Shri Ram, thinking that he is an ordinary man. What will he do? After 3 days of tapasya, Lord Ram has to pull out his bow and arrow to tell him who he is. None devatas are absolutely disgusting. This is damn sure. And that is why Prabhupada beats again and again. Every purport, don't worship, because this nobody speaks of this. And in Indian circumstances, if we speak, you're a villain. Because nobody wants to accept the reality. Now tell me, did any of the devatas trouble Kamsa? Used to beat them, do all nonsense with them. None of them tortured him. But 1 year, if you don't do Indra Yajna, he is showering what rain? Demigods are popularly known for troubling. Hmm? And whom? Those who serve them loyally. And one mistake they should make, they're all gone. Prithu Maharaj did so much for all the 99 yajnas for pleasure of the devatas. One yajna remaining, and Indra is thinking he will become Indra, what will happen to me? Are Baba, he is doing for the entire humanity. You don't see the good that will be coming to the entire humanity, the entire human race. No, you don't want to see that. Because you are not concerned with the humanity, or you're concerned with only yourself. What I will get. People should bow down to me. And this Indra-like mentality also creeps in the devotee community most of the times when you get post, when you get position, when you get power. Yeah. And that's where the whole thing turns topsy-turvy. Indra felt offended when Prithu Maharaj was performing the 100th yajna. He came in so many forms and spoiled the entire human race, trying to stop the yajna. Because I'm not concerned with Prithu doing good to the entire community. I'm only concerned with what I will get. If Prithu becomes the Indra, he'll be a competitor. Who will think of me? Who will speak of me? And look at the mercy of the Supreme Lord. In spite of all these mistakes, he doesn't leave Indra. Canto 6, read. What is the title of Canto 6? It's Poshan. Poshan is protection. Indra is doing blunder after blunder. He offends his Guru Brahaspati. Then his Guru, then he loses his strength. He goes to Brahmaji. He takes help. Brahmaji chastises him. Mistake now. Take help of Vishwarup. Vishwarup is made Guru. Vishwarup is made Guru who helps him, gives him Narayan Kavach, and he kills Vishwarup. When Vishwarup is killed, his father Twashta feels bad, and then he creates Vritrasur. And he kills Vritrasur, another Brahman. Mistake after mistake after mistake. But look at who is helping Indra when he makes mistakes. Did the Lord leave Indra? No. Because Lord considers both sides. His mistakes is also considered, and he is doing work for Krishna, that is also considered. But the point that Prabhupada is bringing out here is the mindset of the Devata is very limited and very selfish. They can't think beyond them. They don't stretch their limits. Even if they do, it is only for those who follow them and not for anybody in everybody. That's why Krishna is saying so hard words in Bhagavad Gita. Alpa Medasa. Those who worship the demigods are Alpa Medasa. They're foolish, less intelligent. Why? Because we look at the instant benefit. Nobody is looking at the final benefit, that who will help you at the time of death. Will demigods help? No, absolutely no. And who is saying this? That we are so helpless. Read 6th canto, 9th chapter, appearance of Vritrasur. 21st shloka. Now, Vritrasur is come into the war field, and all the devatas, they throw their weapons, and Vritrasur takes and eats, swallows everything, all weapons gone. And that is the time 6, 9, 21. These devatas are started praying to Supreme Lord Vishnu. And what are they praying? They are praying that we are all created by you. Even Brahma is created by you. And now we are Udvijanta. We are so much afraid of Vritrasur because it's devouring anything and everything that is coming in the way. Just like everybody is afraid of time factor, we are afraid of Vritrasur. But even time factor is afraid of you. So we have come to you. And in the 22nd shloka, 6, 9, 22, these are the words of the demigod. Hear very carefully. They themselves are saying 6, 9, 22. What are they saying? Sir, please don't come to us. Whoever comes to us is what is so foolish. He's highly foolish. They are saying, oh, Vismitam. They are praying, glorifying the Supreme Lord. Oh, Vismitam. The Supreme Lord is so many qualities. Is so wonderful. Tam, whom? The Lord. Eva, indeed, he is so wonderful. Why is so wonderful? Paripurna Kamam. He is fully satisfied. He doesn't need anything from it. Swena. He is fully satisfied in himself. Swena Labhena. He is satisfied in his own achievements. And so is what? Samam. He is equipoised. Prashantam. He is absolutely steady. But they are saying Upasarpati. If anybody approaches a param. A param means what? Anybody other than the Supreme Lord, Sri Hari. Prabhupada writes this, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur writes this. They are speaking about themselves. Anybody another, aparam means another, somebody else other than the Supreme Lord. They are saying Balisha is a fool number one. How? Shua is a dog. Langulena is the tail of the dog. Now the tail of the dog is such a weird thing. Neither the dog uses it to cover his previous his backside, neither is the tail used in making the shoe of the flies that sit on his body. So the tail of a dog is anyway useless because it's always hanging upside. Now, such useless tail of a dog, if somebody is using that dog's tail, atitarati sindhu. Sindhu means ocean. To cross over an ocean, if somebody is using this dog tail, will that person be called as intelligent or foolish? So they themselves are saying if somebody is using the dog tail to cross over this ocean of birth and death, that person is fool number one. So how can we take shelter of these demigods who themselves are calling others foolish who are taking their shelter? And Gajendra was so intelligent, he didn't take their help at all. Because he was absolutely clear that only the Supreme Lord can help me, nobody can help. Srila Prabhupada's purports are exposing everything, damn clarity. Nothing left there, nothing beyond that. Mindset of Devatas fully exposed. Absolutely no need to worship them. Because ultimately they won't be able to reward you. Even if they reward, it's not their reward. It is coming to the Supreme Lord's agency. Yo, yam tanum bhakta shraddhayarchitum. When Krishna gives you the shraddha to worship, then you start worshipping them. Without the shraddha, there is no question of worshiping. And even if they give, Krishna will personally reward you. For example, gopis, they are worshipping Katyayani. But Katyayani, they are worshipping Katyayani, but in their mind, who is ruling or who is there in their mind? Whom are they thinking of? Krishna. So on the last day, Katyayani Devi doesn't come. Krishna personally gives them to come reward. So even if somebody has to worship demigods, we shouldn't need, but if there is a need, we should worship them with mind filled with Krishna so that the Devata doesn't reward me, Krishna personally rewards me. And that is what is shown in this Chirharan, Vastraharan Leela by the gopis when they worship Katyayani. So these were some of the thoughts I felt like sharing. Thank you all very much for kind and patient hearing. Please forgive me if I have said something beyond my realizations. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Granthara Srimad Bhagavatam.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Thank you. Thank you so much for this power-packed class. It was very uh, interesting that to know that we are really struggling with to accept the main concept of even we are part and parcels of Krishna. So, Prabhu, I have one question. You were talking about that you were talking about the attachment to the friends, relatives, family members, and also you added the point that we will have to see them as part and parcel of Krishna. They are all related to Krishna. So, um, so it is not required that to be too much detached. You meant, or seen in a right way. What is that, Prabhuji, we'll have to follow that you were trying to suggest?
Uh, in that situation, I was trying to say that, see, here we need good experiences also, because till the time we have good experiences in this material world, uh, till the time we won't be happily connecting to Krishna. So what my family members gave me is a reflection of the beauty of Krishna, the love, care, affection that he can share with me. So these people reflect it. The point, or the mistake that we do is, um we think that this is something real, but here it is just given as a sample so that we can understand the ultimate reality. Considering these things as the real substance makes, that spoils the entire game. And that is how we keep on revolving in this cycle of birth and death, because we feel that it's incomplete without them. So we are given a new set, new set, new set. But this set nourishes me and helps me connect to the source of what I'm getting. So we forget the source and we think that these people are the real thing. That's the mistake that we make.
Yes, devotee should always have that in the background, that we actually belong to Krishna and this is a sample and we will have to see in that way, and internally be detached but externally take it as
Yeah.
a sample and be
Yes.
natural. Okay, thank
Correct.
you.
Correct.
There is one hand raised. Supriya Darlekar Mataji, you can please ask your question.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji and Dandavat Pranam. It was a really interesting class. Prabhuji, I have one question. You said Krishna has given us some powers, okay, and we try to overuse those, or maybe we get egoistic about those powers. And Maya Devi tries to always take away from us those powers. Maybe some intelligence, someone has given special talent. So one thing is for sure, we should not be overusing those and we should not be egoistic. But how to save ourselves from Maya Devi so that she does not take away our powers?
She will take away our powers, because powers are given uh, on behalf of the Lord and given to complete the desires of the Lord. Just like if somebody is made a temple president and he has been given certain special powers. So those powers are given to him so that that leader, using the power of Krishna, should get all the devotees close. They should be constantly engaged in various services. So all these powers are meant to unite the community on one central theme, that is loving service to Krishna. So yes, Maya Devi, uh, in person or over a period of time as old age or some invalidity will take away this powers. But what she can't take away is the realizations or the experiences that we had. So because strength and power is connected to body, so as the body becomes frail, these things will vanish, will go away. But what can't be taken away is the realizations that when we serve devotees, when devotees gave their blessings, it nourished me so much. I could feel the presence of Krishna. I could see so many amazing things happening, and we have that experience of how to deal with certain crises when a community is on stake. That experiences, that knowledge, nobody can take away that thing. But the physical strength will surely wane, and that is how nature makes a point to bring new leaders into picture. Dhritarashtra is a typical example. Dhritarashtra didn't want new leadership, and that is why he was broken so badly. So it is better that we, over a period of time, get ready to give up that post position strength that is given, and we develop ourselves, we absorb ourselves more in Krishna bhajan, because there will be a time when physically we won't be so active, and that's where the real challenges start, because we have trained ourselves into physical activities but not into slow activities where I have to sit, I have to hear, I have to jot down something, or I have to meditate, or I have to think on how I can develop myself. So powers will surely be taken away for a period of time. but the experiences won't be taken away.
That happens whether you are in spiritual life or even material life, right? We
Yes.
do get some experiences in even in material life, and we remember
Yeah.
experiences. But
Correct.
yeah, we don't remember what we lost or what we gained, but we do remember the experiences which are actually acting as the elements that teach us about life. So, what is the
Correct.
difference here in the material with respect to the material and spiritual life considered? How Maya Devi is acting differently when it's in the spiritual domain or in the, I mean, yes, Maya Devi does not help us in spiritual thing, but still, I'm asking like how where should we see the difference when it comes to the spiritual
The
life and
difference is the
using the
end
power in?
result. Difference is the end result. Maya
Mm,
Devi will keep that people hankering, and since he keeps on hankering for more power, prestige, name, fame, position, so she tells, why don't you take another body and you continue your search? But for a devotee, she will help him come to such deep conclusion that I have nothing to do here. I was here for a purpose. Now that purpose is solved. Now let me get back to the eternal spiritual world where I can serve Krishna eternally. Just like Vritrasur in his four prayers, there is a comparison between him and Indra. So he compares him and Indra. He says, Indra, what will you get? You have so much name, fame, position, prestige, everything you have. He says, you won't get anything. You will stay here only as the king of demigods. You won't get much. And once that position is gone, you will have to come back again. But look, as I give up this powerful body, as I give up all that Krishna has given me in this Asuric body, as I give up, immediately next moment I am with the Supreme Lord. I can see the Supreme Lord now itself. So there's a huge difference in the end result.
mm.
Indra
Got
is
it, got
always
it.
fearful. Vritrasur is always hopeful.
So when we basically to say that when we use this for the material, our material life, we get more and more entangled, and when
And
we use it
fearful.
for and
Yes.
when we use it for the spiritual life, we become free and liberated.
Yes.
Very nice explanation. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody? Anything
Thank you,
else?
Mataji, for that question.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. Wonderful class, Prabhuji. Very nice class. Such practical tips. I had one small question, if you could kindly clear the doubt. You so nicely explained that the gopis were praying actually to Radharani, because if Radharani is with them, then Krishna will surely come. There is no way out for Krishna, right? Now, we feel like, I think also women, we feel so very close to Radharani, I think, right? So if we are thinking of Radharani, I mean, of course, there is the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, but what if, while leaving the body, if Radharani's image come, but we don't know, because you see, Krishna has a particular form, and Prabhupada said that try to think of that form, of the Tribhanga form with the flute in the hand. But the Radharani, is there any particular form that we can meditate in? Is it the same goal we will attain? Can we deviate? Are we making mistake? We should not do it. What is your opinion?
Yes, thank you. Nice question. Uh, see, Radharani, uh, whichever deities are installed in our ISKCON temple, and wherever there is Radha Krishna deities, any form that you love uh, to serve of Radharani, even if you meditate on that form while we live our body, uh, it is, but sure, it is guaranteed that we go back to eternal spiritual world. So, form of Radharani as such is not very specifically mentioned. Her bodily hue is mentioned, her ornaments are mentioned, or various features. But just like Krishna has a Tribhanga, but in that sense we don't have her. But Prabhupada always said that whichever Radharani form our temples have established, if you meditate on that form, if you think of that form while we leave this body, it will be considered. She is Radharani, not different from Radharani, and we will go back to her eternal abode. So we may not have a specified form, but all the forms that are established in Srila Prabhupada's ISKCON are the bona fide forms of Srimati Radharani.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji, for that question. And next, I request Bala. Prabhu, you can please ask your question.
Thank you very much, Mataji. I enjoyed the class very much. Prabhuji, can you give me an example or a few examples from your life, like what you mentioned, that if I utilize for material gain, I would have all of this pain, suffering, versus utilizing the Krishna service, just so that I can relate to it better.
Can you repeat, because your voice is breaking? I couldn't understand the last part.
No, I would like to see you. You have a powerful examples from your life about how that change has come about from doing material thing to changing into spiritual. That has tremendously benefited you. I would like to hear that a little bit, if that is possible.
You want to hear my experiences?
Yeah, anything that I can relate to. Probably, I want to hear your experience from using material for the for material things to benefit materially, and that has not done anything but uh, bringing into Krishna into center of life has done tremendously. Which is what it is. I can hear from what you have said.
I'm still not. Mataji, can you please help me understand the question?
Prabhuji is telling to give some more examples from your life, that where you try to see the material things in a spiritual way, as you explained in the lecture.
Okay, thank you. Sorry, Prabhuji. It's now more clear. Yes, Prabhuji, there are so many examples. For me, my health crisis are one of my best teachers I had in my life, where I could feel the power of humility, how powerful it is to feel humble in a genuine sense, where you are so helpless, you are so hopeless that you feel only Krishna is the shelter. Second thing, diseases have helped me understand that how how to be compassionate to those who go through suffering. Most of the time, it's easy to speak it, to tell others that, oh, don't worry, this will happen, that will happen. But since we don't have any personal realization or personal experience as how difficult it is to go through a pain, I won't be able to relate to that. Initially, when some devotees used to lose their very close family members, it's easy to go and give a lecture, because in India they usually call sadhus and tell them to speak for a while. But it was only when I felt the pain of my mother leaving, I could really understand the pain that these devotees had to go when they lost their near ones. So speaking is one thing, and understanding their pain and trying to comfort them that they will, the near and dear ones will get a very good destination. Krishna is there. First, initially, it was different, and now I can absolutely feel that yes, it's something different, and I can comfort them better. I can help them better at that given point of time. So these are some of my realizations. Hope they are helpful. Okay.
Yes, Prabhu. Thank you so much. And there are few comments, Prabhuji, thanking you for your wonderful lectures. Like they are really very pleased with the lectures, and amazing, wonderful indeed. And they're telling a lot. Thank you. Yes, Prabhuji. So there is one more hand raised. Vrinda Gopika Mataji, you can please ask your question.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी कोटि कोटि दंडवत प्रणाम श्रील प्रभुपाद श्रील गुरुदेव श्री राधा गोपीनाथ की जय I don't have any question Prabhuji but your class is very inspiring in our day to day life Prabhuji I have seen you and all senior brahmachari sitting in eco village in a one room and reading CC Bhagavatam so sincerely so एक दो दिन में नहीं आ जाता है this is a practice of more than 8 9 10 years then they are coming in a front and given a class to all of us so उसकी उसमें जो प्योरिटी है वो टच कर जाती है उसकी वजह से हम जपा अच्छी तरह कर पाते रिसेंटली वी मीट गुरुदेवा इन भक्ति चारू महाराज टेम्पल एंड इन आलाचुआ टेम्पल प्रभु जी तो इन आलाचुआ टेम्पल देयर इज अ 37 40 45 maybe Prabhuji Vaishnava they all are Prabhupada disciple and they get up early in the morning and they came for a Mangala Aarti and Japa Prabhuji that is touch to heart that how sincere they are in a bhakti and some Prabhupada disciple are coming by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and in India we not get a Srila Gurudev very nearly and we talk with them we share our emotions but here Maharaj is seen after maybe 4 5 years because of COVID and because this material help not supporting. So Maharaj said, oh Vrinda, so it is very हृदय को छू जाने वाली बात है कि कितने सारे 8 10 15 में भी कितने सारे 2 2 3 million people महाराज इज मीटिंग बट स्टिल ही रिमेम्बराइज अस क्योंकि वो एक लेक्चर में सुना था भक्ति चारू महाराज की कि जब इनिशिएशन हो या ना हो जब हम 16 राउंड करते तो महाराज के साथ कनेक्टेड हो जाते और उनकी आईज से वो ब्लेसिंग देते प्रभु जी माता जी इसको और आई फील इट और बात कर पाए जो 16 साल इंडिया में महाराज से बात नहीं हुई थी कोटि कोटि दंडवत प्रणाम प्रभु जी फॉर योर सिंसियर सेवा रीडिंग हम भी एक दिन एक कॉर्नर अभी तो 15 मिनट से ज्यादा नहीं बैठ पाते प्रभु जी पर हमारे लिए भी प्रे करना कि आपकी तरह घंटों बैठ के भागवतम पढ़े कोटि कोटि दंडवत प्रणाम श्रील प्रभुपाद श्री गुरुदेव की जय गोपीनाथ की जय
Thank you, Mataji, for that offer. I request Sindhu Mataji, you can please ask your question.
Hare Krishna Prabhu, Hare Krishna Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances, Prabhu. I think the last Mataji, what she spoke, we should have ended the class. It was such a beautiful thought that she brought up. But I do have one question, Prabhuji. Your class was excellent. I have to go back and rehear your class and make notes. But I just had one question. When we look at the problems in our life, when do we seek help? At what point? Because there is a contradiction, right? I mean maybe I'm understanding it incorrectly. We always talk about the shloka tattenukampa susamikshamano. That means just hold on to it, hold on to tolerate it. From what I understand, we have to tolerate till there is a problem in my spiritual life. When it starts impacting, my problems impact my spiritual life, or there is a threat to my life, that is when I seek or I pray to the Lord, or even to give me strength to, take care of my problems. That's when because every small problem, I should not keep going to the Lord and saying, hey, today the bus did not come. Can you make the bus come early? I don't want to trouble the Lord. At the same time, I don't know the balance. Is my understanding correct that when my spiritual life gets impacted or my life is a threat, or I cannot take it anymore, that's when I reach out and pray to the Lord?
Yes. See, taking help has always been a very good methodology of dealing with various situations in life. For example, we see in first canto itself, Parikshit Maharaj is taking help. He goes to the banks of Ganga and all the sages is asking for help. Then we see Arjuna is taking help from Krishna. Then we see in the 10th canto, Prithvi Devi Bhumi, she herself goes to Brahmaji and tells her, I can't handle this situation. It's far beyond my capacity. So everybody has a capacity to tolerate. So we should know to what level we can tolerate, because after a level, it starts affecting our physical, mental, and spiritual health. So everybody should be aware to what level is this happening. This is the first thing. The level when we start getting disturbed, that is the first thing we have to understand. The second thing here we have to understand is, um, taking help is good, but Krishna also expect us that the first time when we take help, when we go through an event, we get some experience, we get some knowledge of how to deal with that situation. Point in taking help is uh, Point in taking help is that it so happens that we start becoming dependent on that devotee or that person. So that dependency is harmful because that devotee, he or she may not always be available for me. Okay, just like Prabhupada, his Guru Maharaj only gave him instruction that you preach in English language, but he didn't tell him anything. That is where Prabhupada had to use his own knowledge, his own prayers he used to get connection to the previous acharyas and get their thought process. And then he goes to, first he was supposed to go to Japan, but Japan flops and he then lands up in New York. So taking help is good, but it shouldn't cause us dependency, because that dependency absolutely is not healthy over a long period of time. And the third thing is that when we take these events in a very proper mindset, next time when this happens, my mind is already prepared for that event, and my previous experience do help me how to deal with it. But also at times we took the time factor, the problem length may vary, and that is where my patience part has to be developed. Because that patience, if I don't have the patience, then ultimately I'll start blaming somebody, or I'll start reducing my spiritual practices rather than increasing or improving my spiritual practices. So these three parameters I think should be noted when we are seeking help.
Thank you, Prabhuji. That is a very valid, comment and thought. I will try to practice. So thank you, Prabhuji. And as usual, excellent class that I'll go back and hear again, because the small mind of mine cannot get everything that you said today. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare
Everyone,
Krishna, Prabhuji.
हाँ
Shamaguri
तेच
Mataji.
म्हटलं आवाज नाही आला माताजींचा असं.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhu. Wonderful, wonderful class, Prabhuji. Very powerful class, and it's very helpful for us in our day-to-day life. And I like the example of that lady who is giving the full prasadam to that baker, but she says, if I give, he will stop singing. So same with Krishna, if he doesn't give any problem, he will stop praying. So thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you so much.
All credits to you, Mataji. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. There is a wonderful comment by Lalita Mataji and Dinabandhu Prabhuji.
Yes.
It's like icing on the cake.
Yes, always.
Your words today have been so powerful in helping us direct our love towards Krishna and Srila Prabhupada. With our whole hearts, our desire to progress in our spiritual life is greatly expanded by hearing from you. Your grateful servants, Lalita, Devi Dasi, and Dinabandhu Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Everyone are expressing very nice comments. Thank you, Prabhuji. So please keep coming and giving your insightful inspiration and instructions. Thank you.
Yes, I can
You're
see.
okay with the length? Yes. Lalita Mataji.
I can only see Mataji. I can't see Prabhuji.
Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.
नमो नमः कृष्ण वृंद की जय
Prabhupada ki jai,
Ki
Srimad
jai.
Bhagavatam ki jai, His
Ki
Holiness
जय राधे
Gaur
राधे
Prabhu ki
Gaur Prabhuji ki
jai.
jai.
राम रंजन
Thank
राधे
you,
राधे
Nityananda.
Prabhuji.
राधे
Good
हरि हरि बोल
Radhe Radhe.
Thank you
Hare
everyone
राधे
for
राधे
joining
राधे
today's